All right. This is getting old. This is getting real old. All right. I gotta find another streaming service other than OBS. OBS doesn't work. OBS doesn't work with any tiny little glitch in the internet. I don't know why I'm getting a glitch in the internet, but I'm getting one. And it's infinitely better than what we had before, and what we had before freaking worked. So, this is annoying as crap. I have to build everybody back. Everybody leaves, wondering what's going on. Hello, Kevin. Anyways, what I was saying before I got interrupted by the Taliban, that's what I'm going to blame it on, was if you take a chariot, let's see if we can get something here. Probably shouldn't be wearing a black shirt. That doesn't really help. Here we go. And you take this and I squish it together so that it's more vertical. So because it doesn't take that much for it to fit on the stand. And will it fit on there perfectly? Well, maybe it won't. But it's going to be close. And I want to make sure you don't have overhang on the front. Because if you have overhang on the back, it's not a big deal. But you're constantly going to be in contact with someone to your front. So that's more important for it to fit flush on the front. And if it overhangs a tiny little bit, let it overhang on the back. But that's at least my thoughts on it. I did squish it. If I squish it more than that, I run the chance of this breaking. But yeah, I don't want to make my stands oversized. I think having them 40 by 40, how they're supposed to, is fine. Now we got, this is all limp noodle. This is a sign that I don't need to be painting anymore this morning. Well, screw the signs. I'm not done. I'm tired of looking at these little bastards. I want to spray paint these guys, put them on a stand. They'll look good. A couple of horde stands will look good. And then I got to go on my travels today. Look for a certain vehicle. Just like miniatures. Just like, how many of these die-cast vehicles do I have? I don't know, like 30. And I want one in particular I don't have. I guess I could order it, but it's a certain style of vehicle. So, just like miniatures. You have all these miniatures, you got to buy them. Well, these things are really inexpensive. So, I got to go see who the hell has die-cast vehicles that isn't Walmart. Because I'm not setting foot in one of those. No, they done pissed me off 3 years ago. And I haven't been back since. So. If you go to that store, that's cool. I'm not going to. Haven't been back since. All right. Saw someone must have been on one of your videos put his chariots on a diagonal. Yeah, you could do that a little bit. I don't know if there's anybody I've game with. You wouldn't have to do much of a diagonal, but I'm not going to resort to such things. If it overhangs the back a little bit, it's not a big deal. But squishing that usually makes a difference. Why is this all limp noodle-ish? What the hell's going on here? I haven't changed anything. All right. But I got to find another thing other than OBS. OBS just isn't working anymore. That's what happens when you get something for free. Sometimes it's something you don't want. but something that if I get a little glitch in the internet, it can still spin. And if it picks up in the next 30 seconds, it can just continue the stream like I used to be able to do on my phone. It's got to be easy to use, though. I'm not going to sit there and try to learn how to use a thing. I'm a painter, not a, anything else. Fill in the blank. This guy's kind of a Abraham Lincoln type of beard. I'll tell you what, if I get disconnected one more time, that's it, though. So we'll just call it off. So 3 is about my limit. All right, we got one more guy to do. How many people did we build back up? 4. Yeah, see, it's a pain in the ass for you guys, too. Like, what the hell happened to him? Did the rapture happen? Surprisingly, no. All right, let's clean this guy's. Let's add some more color to his flesh. I think I just got around to where I was putting the base coat and that was it. And this horde stand is one that I could use in other Book 1 armies. Because the reality is that if I was going to paint another stand specifically of a horde stand for another Book 1 army, it'd be the same figures. So why even bother painting the same figures, like hardly wearing any clothes and non-denominational clothes, Just reuse them. So and my back's starting to hurt a little bit, so I said all I gotta do is just tough it out for this guy to be done. A nap may be in order today because I went to bed like almost 1. Or was it almost 12? May have been almost 12. So. Hordes are usually like farmers, yeah. Hordes are usually there against their will. I'm here for the gift card. Is this the place where you get the free gift card? Yeah, well, you gotta go stand with these other guys and, we're gonna launch you at chariots first. And you survive, we'll give you a gift card. Is this the line for the free stuff? Yep, it's right there. Just hang out with those other guys over there. I'm here for the free stuff. And you know, while these guys are drying, I may, if I get inspired, decide to work on some Gasland stuff. I may do that. We'll see. I really want to, but I don't really have an agenda to get this army done by a certain time. I just can't start something different, but I wouldn't mind mixing it up and doing something a little bit different. My Gasland's goal would be to paint the vehicles in a faster method other than taking 40 hours to paint each one. I don't know if it was 40, but it was certainly 20. But they need to be where they're usable by people and not, fret about somebody chipping my thing up. So, using more washes and dry brushing. Paint some of the finer details on as well, but main body color and stuff like that. I can't go layering the whole vehicle. I'll never get done. So I've only played the game 6 times, but it should be nice to play with a whole set of cars that are all painted instead of us just showing up with whatever we have and build the cars on the spot. They'd already be pre-done, and you'd already have set weapons, and not every vehicle is as good as the other ones. They'll be balanced by points, but supposedly, but guess I could go to the dollar store too, because the thing is about Matchbox and Hot Wheels cars, they're not made in China. They're either made in Malaysia or they're made in Thailand. Thailand is the Matchbox ones, and the Hot Wheels are made in Malaysia. We might do some of that today. I'm looking for one thing in particular. It shouldn't be difficult to find, but we will see. I'll find it. I'll show you guys what it is. thinking after I spray these guys, it always seems to give them a different look. And it's always a better look. They look better after they're sprayed, so. Did I take my cars apart like the refurbishers? I did, okay? But I'm going to stop doing that because it's downright freaking dangerous. It really is. I'm trying to be, it's like the most dangerous thing I've ever done. And that involves like dealing with firearms and stuff. Because your finger's so freaking close to that drill, and it's at high speed, and you're just holding on to dear life that it doesn't slip and you poke yourself. So yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I did for the other ones. This one in particular, like this particular vehicle. You know, these damn rivets are made out of freaking metal, so I got to put metal on metal and try to drill through it, or kind of melt around it so it'll pop out. But I think I'm going to spray paint black and, you know, add the things that I need to, spray paint black, and move from there. Because I just think that takes a long process that I don't need to spend the time on. When I can just do stuff like, for instance, this particular vehicle had a clear window. I just added an armor plate on it. And I just made that out of all this sheet styrene. I can't get it here in town. I don't want to mail order it, but I've got so many of these hotel cards, and this is perfect. This is what's going to save me. This is going to be armored pieces, so we could just cut this up and epoxy it in place, and then go from there. So, but I got to cut down my build time. I've got to basically be able to build a car. The building isn't going to take long. I got to be basically able to paint a car in one of my painting sessions. So over like 2.5, 3 hours, I got to be able to paint a vehicle. And that's not unreasonable. But I can't spend, like 20, 30 hours on one vehicle. I'm just never going to get around to doing it. I've got a handful of vehicles, but I spent too much time doing them. And the thing is I'll see pictures of people that have done them online, and I'm like, that's awesome. I can do that. And I find it encouraging to try to improve my game, to try to improve what I can do. But the problem with that is these people that I really like their stuff don't paint fast. There's no shortcuts to things looking awesome. And so that's what I fall into. I fall into this trap that, now all of a sudden it takes forever to do this. And I honestly don't have time. I need to, because the purpose of this game is we played 6 times. And the way every time we play works out is, all right, we're going to play this and it's going to be this many points, and nobody builds their cars ahead of time. And nobody modifies their cars. So we're playing with cars that are right out of the package. And it's fine. It's a fun game. But it doesn't give you the right feel. And everybody's kind of picking the same type of weapons. So my goal is to have 20 or 30 cars or something like that all have a certain theme to them. And they're going to fall into categories of, they're either 25 points or 30 or 30s and 20s and then a 50, and you just randomly get assigned what you're going to play. So if you play either a 50 pointer, or you play a 30 and a 20 or a pair of 25s, but you don't get to pick the vehicles. They basically get assigned to you randomly. So you've got to deal with whatever it is that you get to pick. So you get to try all the different kind of stuff out. As otherwise, everybody's just picking a minigun, armored, and that's it, and fast cars. Everybody's got like the same vehicle, and I don't mind building the vehicles. And what I really don't mind is painting them and naming them. Naming is the most fun part. That's the part I enjoy the most. So, and then we'll make little sheets that are already pre-made, and we can laminate them. And that's, you're going to play so-and-so. Okay, cool. You got to play a motor mouth or whatever. All right, you got to play motor mouth, and that's what it is. And it may not be an ideal build, but nobody else necessarily has an ideal build. It will be for those points, but it might be using an exploding ram, okay? And you never would have picked an exploding ram. Well, guess what? Now you got to win with an exploding ram. It's a game that's all about the yucks anyways, so, That's my goal. I saw somebody else do it. They put it on the Gaslands forum, and this guy posted this video of like six, not this video, but these pictures of like these 16 cars that he had. It said he was building a set of cars to teach the game at a convention or something like that. And he did a nice quick paint job on them. Not that quick. I mean, it makes it sound like he didn't do a good job. No, he did a good job. Could it have been better? Absolutely. But he didn't spend a freaking week on each, you know. And I think that's the route I need to go into. So that's my goal for 2022. But that doesn't mean I can't fool around with it a little earlier. But you know, half the fun is going to the store and finding out what vehicles they have. But it is a fun game. Well, we got the new rules, and I don't know that we've used anything out of the new rules. We're still playing by the old ones, the old little Osprey looking booklet one. There was enough there to keep us interested, but they've added so much stuff to it. I don't really care for the fluff of the game. I think it's not my style, the way it's done. So, but you can make the teams, you know, whatever. You know, you could make the same thing and just call them something different if that fits your idea better. All right, let's paint the stick in his hand. Let's just use this one because it's already out here. And I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to paint his beard the same color. But I want to be more familiar with the Gaslands because I definitely want to do Gasland videos on my channel. I don't know about running the game at shows, probably not. But definitely videos on the channel. Almost done with this guy. Okay. We're going to call this guy done. And just like that, all the horde figures are complete. So I'm going to sign off for now. We're going to let this dry. I'm going to try to sit in a more comfortable position. You can watch people play on YouTube, lots of randomness. Yeah. Yeah, the problem is that I've watched people play games on YouTube, not necessarily Gaslands, and just been one guy in particular. There's one guy, there's actually a game that I was looking to getting into, and one of these particular players was just like basically seeing what he can get away with, just being a real prick. And I'm like, I don't want to play with. I've had such a positive experience playing with people that I just don't want to do that again. I don't really want to run a game in public where just some random but stooge can just show up that's like a win at all cost guy and doesn't want to and just ruin the experience of everybody else. So, I think we got a good group. We got guys that have good attitudes and they do zany shit. And I think that'll be fun. But we got to know what the hell we're doing a little bit more consistently so that we don't make some grave errors. But, okay. Well, until then, let's see if we can get all these guys that we painted here on the screen here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. These are the horde figures. Can't really get an idea on them. That's distracting with them being on pennies and stuff like that. But we'll seal them, pop them off, and then hopefully we'll do some basing with them probably tomorrow morning. We'll do that live. So, okay. Well, until next time, thanks for stopping by, folks, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.